Do I look like Justin Jefferson with these glasses on?
Yes. Oh
I feel
man,
like Justin Jefferson.
you got to get the grills though too. Does he play with those? I'm confused.
I think you have to. I think they're permanent.
It's in.
If
Yeah.
so, mark my word, right here. If we go to the Super Bowl, there is a photo of me with a certain rapper's grill in my mouth from years ago in Vegas that will resurface.
Oh, sick.
We go to the Super Bowl. I was just texted this picture and reminded last week, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that picture still exists. But
Was it Little John or Nelly?
I don't, I don't know.
We'll have to find out when we get to the Super Bowl. How's that? You know what I mean?
Yep, there you go.
All right, we're going into what
One.
week 6 we're going into now?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
So, John, what's your recap of this Bears game? How are you feeling?
Good to be back on the show. Thanks for having me. Long time a listener, first time caller kind of thing, right?
Johnny Sweets is the show. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
How am I feeling about the Vikes? 4-1, right? But are we really playing like a 4-1 team? I don't know. A couple sketchy victories the last few weeks, but we got 3 in a row. Tic-tac-toe. 3 in a row.
It is true that we're like sliding into wins, which we usually
Slide out.
would always lose.
Right.
So that's nice to see.
And what were we in the power rankings? Like 4 or 5 now?
No.
Really that high?
Yeah. I saw something today that I was like, really?
They're not
Yeah,
watching
guys,
the game.
There's no doubt. We've had some pretty sketchy wins. Some weird offensive plays that have had happen. That defensive strip at the end. Kudos to the needle, Cam Dantzler. Huge play by him. We've gotten by the skin of our teeth, so to speak. That 2-point conversion. Justin Jefferson had to dive across the goal line. We were all super concerned about that. And then, that I was for certain that the Bears going to go down and score. I was out at a bar. I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and I'm like, they're going to go down and score, and they're going to go for 2. I knew they were going to go for 2, and so it was just a matter of time before I thought they were just going to let up a touchdown. That's literally how I felt about our defense. So when he made that play, it was a huge shock for me, and I was surprised, and I was like, wow, I can't believe we won by 7, which by the way was the point spread, so it was a push for the week. The Vikings did not cover the spread. It was a push. So
How often in Vegas do they do this where it's an even number like that it actually can push? It's always usually like 6.5, 3.5, whatever.
yeah, you usually get the hook. You want to play with the hook, right? To know if you're going to win or lose. But yeah, sometimes you do get an even number like that, or even money, like money line like that. So yeah, if you get a tie, it doesn't pay out, kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Were you betting this game?
No, stayed away. I'm glad I
That's
didn't. That's a weird one. -7. We already talked about it. We debated it. I was like, this team is not doing it for. Same thing next week. What are we? I don't even know. Should we take a look? Should we?
Yeah, let's take a look.
What's the spread at? What are you feeling, guys? It's a little early. I don't know if it.
Well, I think it's a little early because LJ and I were just talking about it before you got on. Like, Teddy was out with concussion protocol on Sunday, but it was one of those. A reflection definitely of what happened to Tua, because yes, he was hit, but was it a concussion? As of right now, they're not making any statements. They had some bullshit like, oh yeah, Tua's feeling good, and you're like, he's not gonna be. He's done for the season. We've already talked about this, so we'll see. It'll be a big thing. Vegas will.
Looks like Teddy's back. I'm certain of it. I think he left way too early. He's not. Seems like he's feeling fine. Again, we don't know yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't speculate now with these head injuries. It's become a weird thing, hasn't it? I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, but like the whole after Tua, it's been crazy with the head injuries. It's
There's
like
a lot.
The stumbling. They had that running back leaving the Colts game. Remember that? Nyheim Hines, right? He left.
Well,
Nyheim Hines.
Well, and Tua or Teddy didn't. It was just your typical like big hit on a quarterback. Like
Yeah,
he
but
looked a little shooken up,
Right.
but nothing crazy.
He was fine, yeah. And that's kind of why I wanted to bring that up. It was like, what's going on with football now, where you're gonna like take that guy out? Like they're clearly overreacting here, I think.
right.
And so going forward, I'm a little concerned. Obviously, you don't want it to happen to your team, but I mean, but seriously, like what is going on here? We got to find a happy medium with it. I think it'll continue to be a problem going forward.
Yeah, I mean,
Sadly.
when a quarterback gets up and then collapses on the field, take him out. Like pretty easy.
But what happens to Teddy? It's like now we got to remove him out of the game, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a weird one for me. I don't know. I think it's back in the day. You were afraid to throw it to the wide receiver over the middle, right? Because it's like the safety would take his head off. Now it's not really like that anymore, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, that just gave Teddy a little bit more rest to come back for
I
Sunday.
guess that'll be a fun one. So hey, the line. What do you guys think the line is?
It's in Miami. Are you going?
Still debating. Wasn't planning on it the whole year, but it's just like, dude, I don't know. That's gonna be like a 50-50 right now.
With Teddy Bridgewater, I would still think.
I sit on the internet on like a Friday night, and then like next thing I know, it like happens. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
Next thing you know, you're on a flight to Miami.
But you're a sober man now. Everything's changed. Those late night flights,
sober
like,
man,
yeah, from the bar to the plane, those aren't happening as much anymore.
No, yeah, it's like fewer and further between, right?
You're running marathons, like
right?
It's different.
It's crazy. I don't know.
You're acting like a dad.
I feel like a dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like a kid or something you haven't told us about? Because you're definitely like acting like a father this year.
Somewhere out there, like I get handed a baby.
Is his name Randy Moss?
That'd be something. It's like
Did you name the kid something Vikings related, John?
No. I don't know. How about you guys?
No, I'm good.
No babies here yet for me.
No Kirk. No like middle name.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. We'll do like a second middle name.
I like
Kirk.
that.
Kirk, second middle name, and just to have it play off the first middle name as an extra kind of like fucking with everyone at the graduation. You know what I mean? If Kirk wins the Super Bowl with the Vikings, that's what's happening. I'll commit to it.
Prime time Kirk wins the Super Bowl.
Kirk almost gave up this game in the
It'll be like
yeah.
I don't even want to spend. Kirk
almost gave up the game in the fourth.
You do like a second middle name, dude.
I love second middle name. I'm all about the second middle name move. Yeah, 100%. I did like the play calling this game though. Like
really?
They were keeping it fun.
On offense, defense, both.
Offense.
The first half, yeah, but I think there was like some adjustments that happened that totally killed us. What do you think?
Well, I couldn't figure out how we just died in the start of the second half.
I didn't understand. The energy was like off.
They were just rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Mobile quarterbacks kind of screw us over. And I think that's what ended up happening.
True.
I think Fields is going to be really good. I'm a little bit scared by him. Every time I see him play, I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
With that rush.
Great.
Yeah,
with that rush, and then Emir Smith-Marset getting called back for that, and then like ISM looking like an idiot on that pickpocket play, and then Cam Dantzler dunking on him. Oh my god, what a sequence of events for ISM, dude! What a getting cut by the team. Like those are your boys, and then just like it's like two crucial plays that just wrecked that game.
Well, and to be able to steal it like from a guy who's probably your friend is hilarious. Because this really fucks their season up now. Now they're on the other side of 500, and that's when everything goes south really quickly when you're a team that's built like theirs.
Well, and especially when you're that low in your division too. Like there's no coming back. There's
Not
no
happening.
coming back.
Yeah, I mean, Poles was saying this was sort of a rebuild year, but don't sleep on us kind of thing, right? So give the fans a little hope, but it's like really they don't really have an O-line to protect the guy, right? They don't really have many receivers besides from Darnell Mooney. They literally had to have no one. It's odd. It's like, can you draft? And it's like, why is the cup board so bare? Oh yeah, then you gave up all those picks to get Fields, right? And Trubisky, remember back in the day, now you're also paying the price for trading up for Mitch Trubisky. So it's just, you're kind of looking at, it's like that this is like the sort of like after tremors of the Mitch Trubisky trade is I that's my take on it. And it's like there's still, the GM is still like, oh my God, it's like they're signing ISM off the street and he's getting snaps in that offense. That's laughable. Right? I mean,
right. Well,
and they were regarded as like people who are a team that drafted poorly again with what they had, but had like a terrible offseason. They were just widely regarded as like, this team is going to be terrible this year, and they're looking after us. So,
well, yeah, because he's a guy that he could hardly even get a touch on our team, and they're like forcing the ball to him late, trying to have him beat. He's like the Justin Jefferson. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Let's get it to him late. Like he'll rally this team, and he can't get on most NFL teams like third or fourth guy.
Yeah, like this is the guy you're relying on. It's, I don't know. You even look at the Rams. It's like they have all these they have one playmaker they go to now, Cooper Kupp, right? And it's like they used to have the other guy, who's
OBJ.
Josh Reynolds. They used to have Odell Beckham. What's up?
So Josh Reynolds hasn't been with them for a couple seasons, but he was like definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking of the Thursday night football game when they had Brandon Cooks too back. I'm like going back a little bit, but it's like they had more weapons. You know what I mean? They were more of a dynamic team, and now they're like forcing the ball to Cooper Kupp, and it's like the same thing with you see these teams that can become one dimensional. I'm scared if the Vikings become that too, but it's nice that we're spreading the ball around a little bit. We're going to Thielen, we're going to Osborne a little bit. Cook finally looked a little okay. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Well, then Madison looks awesome.
Madison's great.
He's got some surge to him.
I couldn't really tell. I think it was like still the second quarter, probably not the third, because we were still like dominating at that point. And they were taking Dalvin out for a while, and I couldn't really tell if it was something that he was either like bothered by his injury or if they were just resting him because we were getting after it. Which I think that was probably it. And Madison was having a great game, but I thought it was interesting because I know last week we really talked about like, is this the move to just pull Dalvin out of this game? Which obviously they didn't, but I still would have been okay with.
Yeah.
Are you silent, LJ? Yeah, I can't hear you.
I'm not silent anymore, I don't believe.
Now you are. Yeah. Now you're good.
What were we saying, John?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Like they're putting like Alexander Madison in more of our like passing situations.
Yeah.
And that's interesting to me because I always thought Dalvin is like that perfect versatile back for it.
Right.
But you're seeing him get a lot of those like swing plays and stuff.
Yeah, and I wanted to see more of that for sure, but seems like they're finding ways to free Jefferson up a little bit, even when he's like double, triple covered. He's starting to understand his role a little bit more. Number one in the league now. Good to see him back on top. What's up?
Yeah, number one in the league. I love it.
Pretty sick. Jamar Chase has kind of faded. Whatever happened to him? Really kind of just pouting a little bit too. I noticed his body language is weird.
They're struggling this year. They're obviously struggling this season, and you're not seeing that Joe Burrow connection with him that they was so fun and amazing last year. I had him on my fantasy team last year, and he was just like so clutch.
He threw
and Joe were just like this.
Yeah, it's been off for those guys. If you want to talk about like the Bengals for a minute here, I mean, yeah, they're
Higgins, like
they're
nowhere to
they're
be found.
off. They're
Yeah.
Joe Burrow like had a weird throw too. That was an interception. Goes this, yeah. I don't know what happened. It's a Super Bowl hangover, is what it is. If you are a runner-up in the Super Bowl, you have like a terrible year the following year. It's like what happens. I'm not sure why, but it's been perennially like you look that up. It's like scary how bad teams are.
Interesting.
Yeah. Super Bowl hangover, they say. Like, don't finish second, you know?
Are they still giving players the Madden cover?
It was John Madden this year because he died.
Got it. Because like Justin Jefferson's on track for Madden cover easily right now.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Easily.
What's happening to the Raiders then?
Oh yeah. How about that camera shot? And then the guy got hospitalized.
No, he didn't. He went to the hospital.
But it's one of those things where it's like an athlete shoved you, go to the hospital. Right. Because if we try to sue later, it's like
because you can't
go to the hospital.
You want like a medical record for any type of report situation like that. But
I'd be I'm numb.
Really shitty this year. I honestly feel bad for them because they're in it like every single time, and they're losing Viking style.
I don't. They have a worse quarterback than we do, so they need to pay the price for overpaying, you know. And so they're there. I said it.
You think
they paid more than they paid Kirk? What's up? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Kirk is like Kirk is like 9th or 10th now. You have to fact check me on that, actually. But Russell Wilson after that deal, oh man.
Oh my God.
Aren't you glad we don't have Russell Mr. Infinity Wilson?
Yes.
Have you guys seen this TikTok?
No.
The Mr. Infinity?
No.
LJ.
Is that the Subway commercial? That creepy one?
No, dude. It's a TikTok.
Where's my phone?
I have no idea. Oh my God. It is the most cringy thing I've ever like.
It's Russell
he's trying to be like Peyton Manning. He's trying to work on his brand a little bit, like for sure. And he's trying to be like funny and like to show he's like cool. And I don't know. And it's him going, oh man, like I don't even know, like we don't have to stop. You can.
Is this it?
He seems like he's obviously like a quiet, humble guy.
No, dude, this is
going through his own version of like a Britney Spears or like Kanye moment. He's losing it.
I'm not sure what's going on.
He's losing it. You dying over there, John?
It's Mr.
I'm good, yeah. Mr.
Why won't this work? Play.
I hate it so much. I don't even want to like.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna try to pull this up.
He might be the most cringy athlete outside of like Antonio Brown right now, huh?
It's not working.
They said that it was like kind of Kirk was that way, and that's why he's loosened up a little bit. Okay, so Kirk's interviews, he's gotten a little bit more loose now. He seems like more. He's like answering questions. He's joking a little bit more.
That's just a reflection of like the whole team and the new coaching staff. Like
that's 100%. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
That's not just 100%.
No, it's not. He feels a little bit more loose. It's not. So after each loss, it was just sort of this like same milk toast kind of. Yep. We did the You're like you know, and it sort of seems like maybe he can finally loosen up a little bit. Like that completion streak kind of spoke a little bit. It could be a breakthrough. There could be some progress with that, right? It was
what's happening.
We looked amazing early, right? Like we looked like on the first 2-3 possessions. It's like that's our ceiling. Whoa, right?
Right.
That's like what we could be. And imagine if we went and did like 4 in a row, 4 touchdowns, and it's like 28-0, and we're just a juggernaut like that, right? Mm-hmm. Or like, right? Or maybe it's like 28-14. It's like that's what football it needs to look like.
Yeah.
And I think we deserve that as fans to see we have enough talent behind that. We have the best receiver, in my opinion, in the league. Like, clearly, I think now he's proven it.
It's so definitively
differentiated.
Who else is even close to him right now?
I just, I know those second and third weeks were a little weird, and people talk about did DeAndre Hopkins be suspended now, of course, but like, there's other guys out there. Who am I like? Cup's had a pretty nasty year too, but like
Hill. I mean, we're
Jefferson's been better. I can't wait. Jefferson against Hill. So maybe Jefferson comes out. Waddle as well. Don't sleep on my guy Waddle.
No, Jalen Waddles. He is.
He's scary good.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see. Teddy will be waiting to push the ball down the field against us. So
I would say that is going to be a really big test for us in our secondary. 100%. Like, Tyreek could just have a really fun day.
Teddy was taking shots. I saw him when he came in. Yes, he was pushing the ball. When he came in for Tua that time after, I saw him. Dude, he's got that. He's a killer. I've always loved that dude. You guys know that. But it's like back. It's like I feel like I'm Mike Zimmer. I've always loved Teddy. Right? It's like Teddy and Mike had a weird.
Everyone loves Teddy.
Right.
Like no Vikings fan is like, I really fuck Teddy Bridgewater. Like,
right. No, you cannot. It's like impossible. It's like, it's impossible. But Teddy is like pushing the ball
that
down.
Girlfriend or boyfriend that you had for a second, like you were talking to, and then it didn't work out, and you're just like, fuck, dude.
You're like nothing but love for her.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's.
I respect that. You know what I mean? It's like go off and live your greatest dream, and I'll live mine, right? Like, kind of thing. It is what it is. You don't got to be like mad or sad about anything, right? It's like you got to be. Sometimes life. It's like a little life lesson here. Like, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, right?
Yeah.
Let go and let live.
Let go.
Love.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I am also happy that how sad would you be if he ended up turning into a great franchise quarterback somewhere else? I would be so much more slighted.
Yeah, that is the other part of it, is like we would just sit here and be like, oh wow, of course Minnesota Vikings luck, like this is what happens. But yeah, he's been a little traveler, so it hasn't been
exactly like she never completely moved on. So it still feels like nice that like he thinks about purple jerseys sometimes, and he has PTSD over it.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like dating the wrong guys, and you're like, this is not it. This is not it.
Yeah. But then we went to Kirk, so obviously he's sitting back and going, dude, now you're like married to a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone feels good.
Yeah.
Wow. Stop.
No, I'm with
you. I think Kirk's more than a loser. Let's see. There's more. Okay, now what we're done. 4-1, 5 games in. Okay, more than a quarter way through the season. We've got to get it together, right? Like with Kirk, I think he's this game. He kind of turned the corner now. If we don't come out,
any Redskins fan, dude.
Yeah.
What?
Any Washington football team fan, just ask him. They were like, we've been there. We told
you. Yep.
He's never been 4-1. Guys, he's never been 4-1. Let's give him that. He's playing well. He came from behind. He went down the field and scored a touchdown. That was pretty badass. Threw for the game-winning 2, right? It's like he went in himself. A couple of quarterback sneaks there for Kirk. Let's don't take that away from him now, okay?
Exactly. Like, he's so nice at family events. He's perfect. Blah, blah, blah.
Let's go. 4-1. Listen, this is our guy. We've got to ride him to the end of the season, dude. Like, I know it sucks or whatever, and it's like it is what it is, dude. But we've got to get behind our guy. We've got to get behind our guy and say, okay,
you go get behind Kirk, dude. I'm good. You go get behind him.
It is what it is, dude.
You probably do want to.
Are we not? Are we gonna say no? It's like, dude, it's like. It's like, when you're 16, it's like you get the keys to the car. Like, this is the car I'm driving. It's like, right? It's
I
like,
get it, but I think
they're not like, John, like, get a new car. And it's like, I hate it, but it's like, this is the car I'm driving. And it's like, it's like, that's it. Like that's what it's like to be with Kirk right now. And it's like
the minivan.
driving
You got the minivan.
100%. And it's like we're in it, and then it's like we're kind of winning and it feels good. And it's like the music's bumping, right? It's like,
yes, Kirk Cousins is a 4-wheel drive minivan. It's reliable and bullshit.
So now you put rims on the minivan and you're like, all right, we're trying to dress up the minivan, make it look cool. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
The minivan gets everybody to the club, but it doesn't take anybody home, dude. That's the problem.
Right there.
I'm just sitting here like agreeing with you and that's so fun. But hey, it is what it is. That's our quarterback. That's my quarterback. Okay. Jalen Waddle, let's get your predictions here. What do you guys think?
Well, so I would imagine the line is -7 Vikes.
-3. -3 Vikings is the line, which I'm going to tell you right now, dude, everyone's going to just go Miami +3. That's going to be the sexy pick of the week. People are going to be putting skins on the home dog, dude. That's going to be Vegas is just going to Miami +3. I bet it gets bet down. I bet it's 2.5, goes to 2. That's what's going to happen, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I want
to. You think that's a good thing for the Vikings?
I think this team is a little bit overcooked. I think we're due for a letdown here. I think we've been really lucky. And so I think the Dolphins +3 would be the play, but I wouldn't be surprised if we won, kind of thing, like by a few points on like a Greg Joseph type deal. That's what that's what I get the sense on. It's just our offenses are going to score a lot of points. There's going to be that weird kind of tension where one of the teams might be down by 14 early. What's up?
Tyreek Hill, questionable. Hill was spotted with a walking boot on his left foot following Sunday's 40-17 loss to the Jets.
We're getting so lucky on our games.
There's no way.
Backup quarterbacks, banged up like superstars. We are like going to limp our way into the playoffs and just get
That's a weird one.
murdered.
Thanks for that update. I didn't know that one. How about Jalen Waddles? Did he play?
Jalen Waddles. So, you know who had a great game against the Jets too was Raheem Mostert. So he had a really good game.
Yeah, he beat us in the preseason a couple of years ago. You guys remember this?
Yeah.
He had a nasty you got to look this up. 70-yard touchdown run. It was something insane like that in preseason. I didn't even know who the guy was. Then I was like, oh yeah, it's a Purdue dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if Tyreek is out or whatever happens, like my guess is that he pulls it together. But Jalen Waddle, of course, has been a threat the past 2 seasons. He's been great. Their wide receiver 3 is Trent Sherfield. It's fine. He was on the Niners last year. He's a traveler. Nice guy, but no, not a threat. Not worried.
So what about, do they have a tight end that they work with? Do they still got that guy?
It's Mike Gesicki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
South Dakota.
Yeah. Mike Gesicki. Chase Edmonds is there. Oh God, they still have Myles Gaskin too.
Chase Edmonds, they wildly overpaid for. He hasn't gotten a lot of touches. That's been a problem for them. Gaskin's got a little bit of spark, but
yeah, he does.
I mean, the usage on Hill and Waddle is so high that it's like those guys are kind of just like tertiary and like
right. They could definitely step up if
they're not. Yeah, like none of those guys are like really serious. Like,
Melvin Ingram has had a lot of penalties this season so far, so that could be a great thing.
Don't they have a nasty corner too?
Let's see. Well, they have Xavier Howard.
Yeah. So that'll be a good matchup to watch. Xavier Howard against Jefferson.
Yep. Wait, let's see. He might be questionable too.
Is he? Stop.
But that's 12. Yeah. They're not giving a reason, so it might be fine.
Could be. Yeah, you don't know what those. Yeah, well, hopefully we dodge a bullet and don't have to see Tyreek Hill, but or I don't know if he's like less than 100%. That's unfortunate. It'd be cool to see him play, you know.
No,
This is
but
one of those games where
I mean, listen, this is entertainment, right? Like at the end of the day, it's like, let's see him go against our best, right? We got the needle, right? He's been studying film with Patty P, right? Let's go. They've been overplaying that narrative, studying film together. Oh my God, it's going to his house to study.
Peterson is getting old.
You can just imagine him like with the 5 screens downstairs, right? And like walk around with the remote, like pacing and just like telling him, like, you know what I mean? Just like he's got like
it's like whiskey and blunts. You're at some like bougie house, and then like halfway through film, you're like, should we just throw on Netflix and like call people? You're not studying that much film anymore.
I know, right? Yeah, it's exactly. It's like, oh, you're going over there 2 times a week, dude. Like, yeah, what? Just a little weird to me. Like 2 times, like what? The narrative is funny to me, but I'm glad he made a play, right? So who are we laughing at but ourselves for that one, right?
That's where it's weird. Like our record stands great, but I still feel like let down by this team.
Yes, the defense
let down this week. I still already feel let down because we just have such an unbelievable offensive arsenal that like it should just be more.
It's so inconsistent.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson is obviously the stud, and he doesn't have anything to apologize for. But everybody else on the team, like, they need to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
I also want to see more plays downfield, like shots. It doesn't even seem like we have those. You know what I mean? Like they're taking away the deep game. It's all been kind of, do you guys know what I'm talking about? It seems like they're pushing the ball. He hasn't really done the whole PA bootleg, drill it downfield. You know what I mean? And that's
all that set that up. Like we did that whole like flea flicker back to set up.
Yeah.
Like, that's all, you know, that reminds me of those Randy Moss days where it's like that goes back and 50 yards down the field, you see this guy flying.
Yeah. Just wasn't there though. Kirk hasn't been able to pull the trigger. I think he's been a little bit more. I don't know what it is, and I haven't put my finger on it yet, but I think it's still learning the offense.
You think he's still learning the offense?
I do. I think it's week 5. It's like it's a new thing for him. It's like you got a new coach. They're still trying to get him wired in. I still think he's not there, dude.
What do you do to get prepared then? Like what's missing?
It's not. We're still like a couple weeks. You'll see. We're gonna have our signature game. Like I said, this team's got a ceiling. I just don't know if it's this week. Maybe it is this week, and I'm holding my breath. It is, but I think more certain, like more closer than we are to not being there. It's like, listen, you're 5 weeks in, but it seems like even in the London game, it was like a little bit off. Second half, a little bit off. It's like, yes, first half, you're money, you're hitting all your receivers, but it's like, still, it's like, could you have maybe had more opportunity downfield? I don't know. It's like, is that offense? We can do more. This Kevin O'Connell offense is highly sophisticated. I feel like we're just even now starting to like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I feel.
But that's what messes me up. Like, if Kirk still learned the offense, what he should do is just like Justin Jefferson. He goes up to him and says, when I raise my hand, throw it.
I think it's starting to get there.
That's all you got to do with this kid. Throw it at him. I don't know.
Irv showed a little bit of spark, right?
No. No.
Yeah, he had a nice first down.
He literally had like one catch.
What do you mean? He had on the 4th down, like on that last 4th quarter drive, he came up big. We
have a shirt coming out on Vikings Weekly this week that is Irv Smith Jr. needs to give the 84 jersey back. And then I also want to see a Twitter apology with tagging Randy Moss in it. Like, he's got to give this jersey back. It's so inappropriate.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree, but again, I'm trying to just like look at the silver lining here on the sky, right? It's just like anything is like positive for us here.
Look, we got a great team. We have a great offensive squad. Easy. Irv Smith Jr. is not a part of that like formula though.
You like Johnny Muntmore or what? Like,
I love that guy. Yeah. He seems like he's making it happen. He always catches. I love it when somebody like catches a first down and you don't even know their name. You're like, who is that? You're like, what jersey number? Never heard of him. Yeah.
How about your guy getting a touchdown, Jalen Rieger?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That was a cool touch. I just like how they were just getting him the ball. That was a creative play. And that's one thing that I will give them this game is like they were being like really creative with it. And that's a prime example.
That's what I'm saying. We're just starting to scratch the surface with this offense. I think Kirk hasn't even thrown for 300 yards like in a few games. You know what I mean? It's like we haven't even really like unwrapped Kirk. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Is like we still have some progress on offense. And then on defense, by the way, I mean, yeah, you get it. This team makes me nervous for sure. It's like, didn't you think that the Bears were going to go down and score 100%, right?
100%.
In like a fourth quarter type scenario, I don't like this defense.
Yeah.
No.
The hitman just keeps on stepping up in like really crucial moments, though.
He's like the only guy that's making a play.
It's just he finds himself around the ball in those wildly crucial moments, and he just makes sure his guy doesn't touch it. He's it at the right time.
We've just been so shell shocked by Dantzler. It's like cool, he made a play, but we still are not really there. It's like make like 3 more, and I'm like,
exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. Like he needs more in my book for sure.
Luckily, we don't have one guy though this year that sticks out on big plays. It's always over their head. You know, I feel like in previous years we've always had like super weak points. Yeah. We really don't have that this year, but they find a way to. It's almost somewhere like in the our
intermediate passing
linebackers or something like that, because that's where we're getting those weird long plays.
It's the intermediate passing game. They just like dice us apart, and they just go left sideline, right sideline, left, and then over the middle. They love it's like it seems like we have huge gaps in the middle, and they try to like have these guys play deep. And so when you play deep, you sort of want to like play the trap game on the outside. So you leave this like big hole. It's sort of like more covered to, they say it like the shell concept or whatever, but you just leave this kind of space in the middle where you have like, you want your tacklers to converge on, or you have like people playing that zone or whatever. But like when there's like this little like soft spot in the zone that they try and find all the time.
Yeah.
And so the quarterback just like a read all day. That's what I'm trying to get. It's sort of like in Madden where you like wait for the guy to like cut open. That's all that's happening. That's like literally all that's happening. And so like, do you feel what I'm saying a little bit? And that's like when they say like the shell defense.
And that's like, why also
that's what I find so annoying. Go ahead.
And if that breaks down and you have a mobile quarterback, those ends you have like 10 yards wide open for any quarterback.
Yeah. There's like little seams and like little like gap. You can definitely exploit that, especially like if you have a speed guy. Like I'm afraid of Tyreek Hill and those guys like Waddle. They could easily both have like stupid games, and we'd be like, oh yeah, like we can't stop them. Like that's just how it goes. Like with, you know what I mean? And he would just like Patrick Peterson. It's like he's like gonna give up 150 yards like this season.
It's so much more dangerous when you have a backup quarterback with those threats. Sometimes every once in a while you get these quarterbacks that are like, look, I might not know the offense that well. I'm new in town. I might not even be around that much. I'm just going to throw this ball.
Yep.
And that's where sometimes you'll get these wideouts to have huge games because you're kind of willing to take a little bit more risk. You're not trying to hold down the first. You're not going to be the first quarterback on this team. If Teddy's there, or if it's like this Skyler guy who's like their
look at Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I just
kind of gunslinging that gets dangerous quick.
It does, but so I didn't catch all of the Dolphins game on Sunday, but Skyler was definitely like struggling. He was definitely like, oh my God, I'm the third string quarterback. What am I doing here? Like, what is happening?
Well, I mean, Teddy's playing, right? So we don't have to see that guy.
I think so.
What's happening?
I mean, right now he's still in concussion protocol, but it's early, so I guarantee he'll play. I don't foresee something if they haven't like fully ruled.
But Teddy gets dinged up. I mean, how long was he starting quarterback for this team?
Like, yeah, Denver had the same thing. He had concussion. Remember that he got knocked out against the Rams. He's been like battered for sure. Every team he's been. What has he been on? The Jets, the Saints, the Panthers. Remember that stint with the Panthers, the Broncos, and now the freaking Dolphins. It's funny. Quite the career for Teddy. I bet he's making like $7 million a year. I bet.
Probably.
Dylan.
For sure. It's like something you don't pay. Teddy's like a backup that you like pay though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean he's obviously a journeyman at this point, so it's so weird to think about. But he also like he is a real security blanket backup.
But he also like almost lost his leg.
And then another thing too is we will get to him. I know he's a little whatever fleet of foot, but not really not anymore. But like we will sack him. We will. He is like he's that guy. I felt like he went down kind of easy for the Vikes, and he's going to do it again against us. So I'm looking forward to that a little bit. You know.
Yeah,
we're gonna get to the quarterback, and then here's what I really am looking forward to. I'm gonna call it here. You heard it here first. We're gonna get a defensive touchdown. I just have a feeling. I don't want to like say it out loud, but here I just said it out loud. We're gonna get a defensive touchdown.
Dantzler?
I'm feeling it. I don't know who, but I just get the sense. I don't know. It's been so long, and I think our defense is kind of due. Like we make plays, like we have our guys kind of got fired up. That's the last play we ran as a team, besides from taking a knee, was that strip. So we don't know how we're going to come out like fired up. I think we're going to turn the ball over. We're going to score. I think it's going to be a pick six. I'm going to call it. I don't know who. I can't.
Last season, we called a pick six with either Hitman or Dantzler every week for 7 weeks straight.
Yeah.
Nothing.
All right. You're right. You're right about it.
I like that.
I don't know. I like it. I don't know. I just think on the road in Miami, like, let's get one.
I don't know.
Maybe like a little scoop and score from Desarius Smith.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Is it Darius? Let's go.
Yeah.
I want to see Dale Hunter make more of an impact, though. I think he's been kind of lacking.
He got his sack.
He got his sack. Cool. But like, I want consistent pressure. I want to make it feel weird, like when him and Everson Griffin, like 97, they're just relentlessly going at the quarterback. That was like fun. And they had Brian Robinson doing that. Like that was different. I want to see the pocket collapse more. I think we got that capability. Dude, Tomlinson's playing better.
That was early Zim days you're talking about.
Anthony, I know, man, but I want to see.
Yeah. I remember wishing that was going to be bad.
I want to see. I'm so whiny. I don't know. I just want to see success by our team, dude. And I don't know if our defense can play better than it has in recent weeks. I'm fine with it.
If that's the craziest thing, if we actually just play better, like we are
a tiny bit. I'm just a tiny bit better, and we're like literally a Super Bowl team. It's weird because our offense, I think, is that good.
That's why I'm so hard on this team, is because I just feel like this letdown coming where we just have so much and we just aren't pulling it together. But if we pull it together and we've kept our record straight, we're really, really dangerous.
And if we do figure it out, yeah, exactly. If something clicks, we're lined up to be the perfect timing, because how many teams have done the opposite? Started off.
Yeah.
1-1.
And I mean, the NFL is a game of momentum too. Like you want to get hot at the right time. And it's cool that we've sucked and we have a great record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember I told you guys, I was like, one of those teams is going to fade Philly or the Dolphins. And sure enough, the Dolphins are fading. Philly, though, is looking awfully stout. Hurts is looking like an animal. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think we beat him on the road. I think it's like a drubbing. I think 9 points. I'm going to say we win by 9 points.
You think we win by 9?
We win by 9. It's going to be 38. Do the math. Yes.
38.
We're going to score 38-29. Yep.
That's an odd.
And it's going to be a go for 2 kind of thing. Weird. We got to get.
Yeah, I was thinking 31-21. I think we
21-14.
21-14. I just
we're
don't
putting up points. I just feel like it's like Miami. People are trying to show out. It's like Miami. You know what I mean? Like it's
or Is this you talking yourself into going to the game right now?
Yeah, a little bit.
There we go.
Should I just
We
go?
need-
Be
we
like
need
Vikings
Vikings
Weekly, we're
Weekly
here.
live.
Like,
Yeah, just make sure you patch into the Wi-Fi where we can go live at the game.
You have to go.
oh, that's right. It's so spotty in a stadium. Everyone knows that.
No, you patch in the Wi-Fi, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Just have your phone charged, get there, limit the alcohol intake.
Bring your charger, like in.
No, there's
extra-
no. If you're gonna do like the same day fly in, fly out kind of thing, you can't drink. There's no drinking involved. Zero.
That's a bender day.
The's no. It's tough to pull
Drink
off.
on the
It's tough
plane,
to pull off.
drink at the
There's a lot
game,
of-
drink on the plane type of day.
The logistics are weird with that one for sure. Like you're cutting everything close.
Oh no, I think you pack a bunch of those little like one hitters, those plain ones. And I mean, you're sipping on those in Ubers back and forth.
Mhm.
Maintaining your buzz a little bit, meeting people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, whole time. Yeah.
Hold on.
And just snoring on the plane flight home.
This is your duty. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Should we start a GoFundMe? Vikings Weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, get you out to Miami.
Yeah.
Man.
Just be like same day, fly in, fly. Okay, when is the flight? Or when is the flight?
It's a 10 a.m. game, so it's a noon Eastern. kickoff.
11. So it's
Or
at
one.
1.
Yeah.
Hey now, I just got 2 hours, guys. What?
That's easy.
1
You
o'clock.
everyone knows you fly into Fort Lauderdale if you go to Miami.
Yep.
The fucking pro move for you.
Well,
right?
for that stadium too.
Yes, exactly. Because it's right there in Hollywood. Even more
Yep.
pro move. All right, we're flying in what, the 15th, and then flying out what, the 16th.
I
That's
guess.
not bad. That is like, dude, I'm not gonna say.
Oh, you're gonna stay the night?
I come on. I find a spot. I know people down there. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Okay. Now John's staying for the weekend. Got it. Everything's changing real quick.
I love it.
I can get on Canva and make you a media pass. See how far you can get in.
No, I
Let's
could
do it.
definitely. Housing's no problem. That would just be like just like the logistics of having to do it and like it's a lot traveling, dude. Like it takes a lot out of you. It's like you want to chill weekend. I just want to watch a game kind of thing, and it's like now you got to commit to like running, and you know what I mean, and like getting to the thing, you know. And then it's like the team. It really, you know what I'm going to tell you right now, dude. What was really disappointing is going to Arizona and us losing in that fashion, and then having to fly back with all those Vikings fans with all that. You know what I mean? Like it sucked.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm like, the thing that I'm most afraid of in all of this. And it's like, is having to have that same like gut wrenching feeling flying back. But that's a risk you got to take in life too, right? You know,
Exactly.
I'm just so 50-50, like I said, guys, on this.
All right.
You got time. You're fine.
That's where we need to, if we have fans buy some of this merch that we have dropping this week, that's where we can start getting a little bankroll for you to, you know, start betting a little bit more on the game, start getting out there, first person shooter, really understand like what's happening on the ground floor of the game. So we do this. This is, if you go buy merch, it's going to go directly to the GoFundMe to get John at the game.
Get John to the game.
Buy merch. That's not even that. This is like, the flights aren't even that crazy, I'm telling you.
So we don't have to sell that much merch.
It's just a
Perfect.
weird, you got to leave it like early in the morning on Saturday and stuff like that. Let's see.
Sounds
you're
great.
flying across country. Yeah.
Sounds great.
What do you fly, Delta?
It's like 2 hours later. Yeah, so that's, if I'm doing the same day, we get 2 hours. I don't know.
You're flying Saturday. You're coming home Sunday.
It says prediction drop. Are you kidding? Are we really doing like a standby kind of shit out there? We think the price might drop down. Feel free to book if current price. I can't believe we're like on a price app right now. I'm trying to go to my right now on the Vikings Weekly. Could happen. Stay tuned, you guys. I will definitely
It's happening.
we'll talk. It'll be a funny one if I pull it off.
All right. And then also update this week, we got this new bingo app that we're going to link down below. And basically it's pretty straightforward. So all the players, it's just Minnesota, just Miami, and it's different things that could happen throughout the game. So it's like Kirk Cousins throws a touchdown, Kirk Cousins throws an interception, Teddy Bridgewater, same thing.
So Darius Smith pick or scoop and score.
Yes. So if you get bingo, you are going to get a drop of Minnesota merch to you. So this is one of the things, just getting a little bit more engagement up, letting everybody into the picture of what's going on. And just, it's really a give back program for our fans of Vikings Weekly.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. So have some fun with us. Pick up your card early. All you got to do is download this app, and then you're locked in. And this will be something that we're going to start doing every week, and it'll be fun. Maybe even try to get the winner to come on and talk some shit. So it'll be good.
Love it. School.
All right. So LJ, what can I do to participate?
To participate in what? The game? I think so. You would probably want to leave at 7 a.m. Wear your Vikings hat. Make sure you eat well the night before.
No, I'm talking about tic-tac-toe as a fan.
Bingo.
Yeah. So in the description on this upload, there's going to be a link down below, and you're going to be able to get your bingo card right there. And I will send you your bingo card beforehand. Yeah.
I can't wait. I recommend pick six. LJ said scoop and score. What do you got?
Your bingo card is going to decide.
It'll be random.
Your bingo set. It's going to be a randomly generated card for each user. And then from there, we're going to be able to see who wins.
Dude, I was at the bar, watching that game, and this old guy was screaming at the TV, pick six, pick six. He kept screaming it over, and it was probably said it 500 times.
Yeah, well, he was probably working with our partner, Play Action Sports, that processes these bingo cards each week for him.
Yeah.
That could have been it. But I'm think about that. That's a lot less than 1% chance. And we're calling it here. It's just funny. It's just funny to me that how rare that event is. And that we can sit here.
Pick six is a tough one.
Is a huge one. Scoop and score. That's unheard of, dude. How many of those happen a year? 10? It's lightning striking, right?
Yeah. I mean, basically, it would be nice if you have Kirk Cousins throws an INT, Kirk Cousins has a touchdown, Justin Jefferson has a touchdown.
What about Kirk INT? Are you feeling Kirk INT?
No, I'm not gonna speak that into existence.
What do you? Okay.
Cousins is good. He's guaranteed for an INT once a game.
Bridgewater INT. How about that? Come on. He takes care of the ball, but he does kind of fuck up a couple times, right?
I can see that.
I think we ding him up early. I think Skylar finishes the game.
Do you think really? Okay. I like that take. Yeah. I can see that happening, especially.
I hate to say
it. But Kirk's gonna want to play well against the team that drafted him, right?
You mean Teddy?
Kirk, did I say Kirk? Yeah, Teddy. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I think it's obviously Teddy Bridgewater has good reason to have spite against the Vikings a little bit.
Yeah.
So this could be kind of those trap games for us, where it's you get caught with a quarterback with a vendetta against you.
I mean, it was that decision. Do you go Bradford, Keenum, or Bridgewater? And we went with none. We went with Kirk. I thought that was crazy. Remember that? We were debating for that for a while. I wanted Bradford, but he was injury prone. It was that was never going to happen.
If Keenum was the obvious layup pick.
You wanted that one?
Yes. Yeah. You deliver us a Minneapolis miracle, and then you turn around and don't even get thought of for the squad the next year. That was we ruined his career with that, because then he had to go to Denver and putter around. We lost so much great momentum.
He was handed a starting job in Denver, immediately lost it.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, because it's so much about atmosphere and the way that you meld with a team, and those types of moments are the things that that momentum. We lost all of our momentum through that season. Yeah. We blew the team up, kind of, except our defense. Stephon Diggs is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, the Diggs trade is the best thing ever. Everyone just keeps talking about how sick that was, but I think we got a better end of the deal, to be honest. I didn't like Diggs's little shitty little attitude, and it's like now it's funny that he's like second fiddle to Gabe Davis now, especially after the huge touchdowns.
No, I don't know about all that.
How about that? And then that playoff game
in the
like,
NFL.
It's like, yo, dude, like you're not that guy. It's like Davis.
I don't know.
Well, hopefully I'm speaking
that guy.
He's still that guy. Gabe Davis just had one nice game last week. He hasn't done shit the rest of the season before.
I don't know. Hopefully we'll see. He was injured. He was injured.
No way.
Stefan's got.
I really hope that. I hope to see Stephon Diggs like do well for them, but I'm just like envisioning a Super Bowl with them. I don't know why. I'm just like think it's going to be just the shittiest teams that have never won, aka the Vikings and the Bills.
I love that Super Bowl.
I know that's a fun Super Bowl.
And I love
crazy Super Bowl, dude.
Well, the craziest Super Bowl is Philly Bills. That's the craziest Super Bowl you could possibly have in Scottsdale.
In Scottsdale, Jesus. Oh my God. Again, we've talked about Scottsdale. Like, no, that Scottsdale.
You're going. LJ, we're going, dude.
We're gonna have a little purple banter thing. We're gonna be there.
We're going. Mm-hmm. It's like you'll find like stitch marks over like where my kidney used to be, and I'll be at the game. I think it'll be like, what happened to you? You'd be like, I don't know, dude. Like I piss a lot now.
And I'm like, you're just squeezing your little bag.
You're like, I don't know, it's kind of worth it. Like I'm here, right?
Yeah. Oh but if we need one bag that's an out and one bag's in, so we have like a little like Tito's bag that we can like squeeze in.
Oh my God.
It's so funny. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
But yeah, we'll make it work. Let's go to the Super Bowl, LJ. Come on, this year with Vikings, Kirk. Let's go.
We're not.
Is that like too unrealistic? Are we delusional here? Are people laughing at this? Yes. Why?
Because you have to like, unless something crazy happens with like, if we win the Super Bowl, Kevin McConnell is coach of the year. Like, unbelievable that he can get a goofball like Kirk Cousins to get to the Super Bowl. That's a heroic make-a-wish type of like God-given like thing that would happen. That's impossible because you have to string together like 4 weeks in a row of just marching and crushing. Because you need momentum.
We beat the Dolphins. We have a bye. We beat the Dolphins. We have a bye. We're home against the Cardinals. 4-1, 5-1, 6-1.
We're for sure going to go to the playoffs. We're a playoff team. We have a shitty schedule. It's
so playoff team, man, means you got a chip, chair, and a chance, right? It's like you look at the pie chart, and it's like you're in the playoffs. It's like 6 teams are like, you know what I mean? It's like 20% or whatever, right? Or 5 teams, whatever. It's like I'm not going to do the math on it, but it's like there's an even distribution. Some maybe have a little bit more, some have a little bit less. But I'm saying it's like you take a little dart and throw it at a board. It's like you know what I mean? It's like once we're in, there's always I know it sounds weird, dude, and I always like shamelessly like plug this team and let's record this and like laugh at it later, dude. But like,
Kirk Cousins would have to play 3 primetime games.
4-1, dude. Like we won games where they had no business winning. I'm saying if we can play to our potential and our like deep ceiling and have defense like do something, maybe like do a weird signing late, like Sue, or maybe like give a little bit of our future away and like we'd have to do
away.
Quasi's making moves still. We just signed a safety, you know what I mean? Like it's serious, dude. Off of practice squad. It's like I don't know. I'm delusional.
It can't happen.
Fine, I like it, but being a fan, you've got to be a little bit. You know, it's like
I mentally can't get to that headspace yet to go there
because you don't want to let yourself down. Yeah,
I can't get there.
I get it because we've been snake bitten, and that's fine. But you're allowed to be positive, though, right?
I'm very positive about this team. We're unbelievable, but Kirk Cousins is not going to have 3 primetime games in a row. Could you imagine him in the Super Bowl, dude? How weird it would be to see him like with his just goofball face, like trying to figure out the scenario. And they would be playing up the whole fucking van thing, and he's driving in, he's holding his kids. They're playing him as like the perfect dad, and we figure out like 3 years later he's a murderer.
Dude, he's like that guy. I feel like that would just retire if he won. He'd be like, I'm done. I have my wife.
Great. See you later.
And everyone would be like, you won the Super Bowl, but like,
That'd be
still,
great.
like, bye.
Yeah, because with like the CTE stuff and like him just being mindful of like his next step in his career, like he would, you win the Super Bowl, you think you have like an analyst job. He'd be
like, no matter how sick Jefferson is, Cousins just never gets any credit. It's so funny.
Kirk Cousins could win the Super Bowl and think he's going to get like retire, think he's going to have like an analyst job or a coaching job. I bet within 6 months of his retirement, he's picking up a flyer for Northwestern Mutual and just like starting to call his boys and be like, have you thought about your future?
They're like, Kirk, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just going into work, dude. Like, I'm working. Like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we're in the NFL, dude. Like,
yeah, he's an unpaid like summer intern for Northwestern Mutual. And just like, he's like, I got a lot of really rich friends.
No, I feel like he would just be like a pastor though. That would be it. Like, but with like just his family though.
No, because his wife would want him on the house, dude. So she would be like, hey, you got to pick up like part-time stuff. Even if you're not getting paid, just do the internship and like, let's see if it leads to something.
No, but they're like, it's like, he's now a stay-at-home mom. Maybe she goes back to school kind of thing. He's like a stay-at-home dad, dude.
I wouldn't leave that guy with my.
She's like, no, this is the conversation they had. It's like, she's like, win the Super Bowl at the Vikes, honey. And then it's like, you're the stay-at-home dad forever. And he's like, that's all I've ever wanted. That's all I've ever wanted. And she's like, just win the Super Bowl at the Vikings. No. And then she's like, I'll go back to school to become a doctor, whatever I want to be now. And then, you know what I mean?
None of this is happening.
No, dude, have you watched Dahmer yet?
No.
More than a cleaned up Dahmer.
No, scary.
Wait, what?
Kirk Cousins got a dark side. He's like a cleaned up.
Tell me about this Dahmer thing. Is it worth?
No, it's not worth it. It's mental poison. Like, I don't think you should put that stuff in your brain.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not. Nothing.
Have you guys heard of, like, I don't even know anything. Is it just like, is it acting like you're like following, you're like rooting for Dahmer kind of, or what?
Some people are rooting for him. Yeah.
Because that's how it is in those shows, dude. It's like you kind of root for the murderer. You're like, yeah. It's like a weird dark, and it's like, you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, because you like,
totally.
You're like, can the guy get away? You're like secretly like, hopefully he got, you're like, yeah, he got away. You know, and then it's like, dude, what? He just committed murder. You know, and then it's like we're sitting here watching it, just like, yes, go.
Was he a cannibal?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Was he the one that killed as actors, Sharon Tate, or no?
No, that's the
that's
the cult guy.
The fuck was his name?
Yeah, he's the Hollywood murderer.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
I don't know. Like, who keeps track? I hate how they're like glorified. It's like Dahmer. It's like he killed what? It's like now we made a thing of a 10-part series on the guy. Wait, what?
Yeah, Charles Manson was the other guy you're thinking of.
Charles, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, what a weirdo. I can't even believe that we like are recalling his name.
All right.
That's always been my thing on this. It's just no names. Like, it's like these people don't exist. You know what I mean?
We gotta get out of here. We got bingo cards to play.
You can